Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin, and welcome to this week's video. Today, I want to talk about a subject that I think is very much overlooked by most businesses, and especially in podiatry. If you're dealing with patients or if you sell some retail products, you're dealing with customers, I think there's something that we really need to think about and we really need to consider, and that is our packaging and how we deliver certain things to patients. The reason it's important is because it's a big part of our brand. It's a big part of how it represents us. So whether it's a product, whether it's a handout, it could be a letter, it could be anything that you're actually giving to a patient. It could be orthotics packaged up. Every single thing that we give to a patient, thought needs to go into how it's being presented to them, and especially the packaging that we're doing and how we're actually putting it together. Now, I'm also talking about this particular subject in upcoming weeks on the Podiatry Marketing Podcast. So that'll probably be about 4 weeks' time. So keep an eye out for that. So how did I come up with this particular topic, or why is it top of mind at the moment? About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I ordered some wine from this company called VINOMOFO, VINOMOFO. And I've ordered wine from different companies over the years. Not that I'm a massive wine drinker. I'm definitely not a wine connoisseur. I have no idea really about wine. I just know what I like to drink. So we probably order maybe every 3 months, I might order a carton of wine from somewhere. And usually when wine arrives, you get the box. It'll have a label on it with my name on it, might have a label with their name on it, and that's pretty much about it. You open it up, take the wine out, put it in your wine fridge. That's it. It's pretty dull, pretty boring. But VINOMOFO were a little bit different. When their wine arrived, I opened up the box, and well, first, before I opened the box, I just saw the side of the box, which read, "Go ahead, make your day, discover a world full of flavor." VINOMOFO. So that's what was written on the side. Then when I opened up the top and I pulled back the flaps, this is what I found on the inside. And this is what made me remember this wine. And this is why it really stood out to me. Now, the wine inside is good as well. But this is what it says on the box. I'm quite a box, eh? Even empty, I have many uses. And I'll run through the uses here. New coffee table, undemanding pet, which is completely different to the demanding pet I have under my desk most days. Bike helmet, and it says in brackets, "We accept no responsibility." Proof of man's ability to make boxes. Contemporary art, pretty important. Build a house, you'll need more boxes, which means you probably need to order more wine. Used to send wine, which is exactly why they used it. So that makes sense. I'm a good listener. And I love this last one. Leave on the porch to make neighbors jealous. Now, like I said before, I've ordered a lot of wine over the years. It arrives. It's a really boring box. So this was on one side. On the other side of the box, when I opened it up, it has on the flap, 100% happiness guaranteed. And then underneath it, it has a bit of a spiel. And it's got here, forget the bow ties and BS. This is a place where wine is fun and the world is full of flavor. And then it has nutritional facts, which I think is important. Now, the nutritional facts that really stood out is it's delicious 100%, gives you confidence 100%, it's intelligence, it gives you wit and charm, which is very important. And bow ties and BS, 0%, happiness guaranteed. Now, if you think about that, so VINOMOFO have sent me this box, and I'm sure when somebody in their team came up with this idea, they probably had a meeting and they threw around and somebody said, "Hey, we should print something pretty funny on the side of the box." And it's probably just developed from there. The most interesting part about this is when you're doing something that is fun, a little bit quirky, it stands out, people talk about it, just like I'm doing now. People will share it on social media, which I have done as well. On my Google business profile, I posted a photo of the wine box there. This will go onto my website. This video is going to be on YouTube, of course. It will be in my newsletter. I will mention it in the Podiatry Business Owners Club on Facebook. Now, VINOMOFO have paid me nothing to do that. What they've done is created something that is very unique. And because it's unique, I want to talk about it, which brings me back to one of the original things I said before. In your business, when you're dealing with your patients, when you're dealing with customers, if you sell retail products, what are you currently using that you can look at your packaging, look at how you're delivering it, whether it's a package you've got your orthotics in, whether it's an envelope that you're giving patient information, whether it's a handout. Think about how you're doing it, realize it represents the brand of your business. And then think, how can I make it better? What can I do to make it a little bit quirkier, to make it a little bit different? If you're handing, could even be an invoice to a patient, anything you're giving to a patient, what can you do to make it a little bit different? So last year, when we're in the States, when I fly internally in America, I like to fly with Southwest Airlines. Different reasons for it. But whenever I've been on other flights, whether it's been American Airlines, whether it's Qantas, Jetstar, Virgin, it doesn't really matter. Usually you order a drink, and when it arrives, they just give you this white, cheap napkin. Nothing exceptional about it at all. However, when I was on Southwest Airlines last time, when I ordered my drink, and it probably was just a soft drink, so it's not all about alcohol. Well, when they sent it to me, all of a sudden this napkin was there, and it said, "The best ideas are born on napkins. What's yours?" And I went, how cool is that? Because there's been a number of times when I've been at a podiatry conference talking to somebody, we'll come up with an idea, and I have grabbed a pen, I have grabbed a napkin, and I have written that down, and I folded it up, and I've put it in my pocket. But what was interesting is on the back of the napkin, they also have, must be the initial route that they decided to fly on, or how they came up with it. And probably find that when they first came up with the idea was written on a napkin. Now, once again, if that was just a boring white napkin, do you think I'd take it off the plane and bring it home with me? No. But because they made something that was a little bit unique, a little bit quirky, it stood out, I brought it back with me. It's actually in my brain book. And I'm talking about it on this video, which will be shared on social media and numerous other places. And you may even find people, when you're flying internally in America, you might look at Southwest Airlines now. So just by them doing something like that, me talking about it here could one day equate to sales for them. Now, I'm not sponsored by Southwest Airlines or VINOMOFO, but if VINOMOFO want to send me a carton of wine as a thank you, I'm never going to say no to that. So I want everybody to just stop, think about everything you're giving to your patients. How can you package that differently to make it funny, quirky, stand out, but always keep it professional? That's the main thing, is make sure you stay professional at all times and involve your team. Like I said, with the VINOMOFO box, I'm sure it wasn't just one person came up with the idea and just did it. It would come up with the idea, they would have talked about it, and I'm sure all those funny things they wrote down came about just by people throwing in suggestions. So I recommend getting together with your team, talking about it, looking at what you currently do, look at your brand, and then go, okay, what can we do that can make us stand out just like VINOMOFO? And I'm sure there'll be someone in your team who probably has superpowers that might be fantastic at coming up with marketing ideas. Tap into that superpower and get them to keep creating those ideas. And when you come up with a few of them and you're having a bit of fun, is come up with more. Don't rest on your laurels. Constantly be coming up with more, but also always be looking around to see what everybody else is doing in other businesses, like VINOMOFO, like Southwest Airlines. A friend of mine, Sam Harrop, he has his business card. It's a normal business card, but when you turn it over, on the back of it, it's got a thing about creators, which is a little bit unique. So look at your business card. Is it just boring, or can you do something a little bit better? Like I said, I'm talking about this on the Podiatry Marketing Podcast as well in a few weeks' time. Make sure you tune into that. I cover some of what I'm talking about today, but we talk about a few other things, and Big Jim Mack gives his opinion on a few things as well. I hope you get something from that. I hope you decide to put a little bit more thought into your packaging and how you put things together. And I tell you right now, if you can tap into that fun, quirky, being a little bit different, yet staying professional, you will get people sharing it on social media. They'll share it with their friends. They'll share it with their family. They may even shoot a YouTube video about it or talk about it on a podcast or talk about it everywhere else. So just keep that in mind. Okay, I'll have another video for you next week. But if you enjoyed this video, like I always say, feel free to click the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. And if you've got any questions or comments, please write them below. I'd really look forward to hearing what you thought of this video and this particular topic, and if you got something from it. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.